Hey guys! So I thought I'd do the music tag for you today because I realized I had not done it yet, so let's get cracking. Um, First question is, which band slash artist do you own the most albums by? Unfortunately, nowadays I actually don't buy music very often, but back when I got a lot of CDs, either bought them or got them as gifts, I ended up collecting a lot of Beatles CDs, so I think the Beatles is probably the band that I own the most albums by. Number two, what was the last song you listened to? It was the song Decades by Joy Division. Number three, what is in your CD player right now? Well, I don't have a CD player in my apartment, but I do have a CD player in the car. And the last thing that I think I had in the CD player, unless my fiance switched it out, was Dark Matter Secrets Perfect World Creation. Boo, boo, boo. Number four, what was the last show you attended? I really don't go to many concerts at all. The last concert that I went to that was not just a random band playing at a festival or something, like a 4th of July festival or whatever, a local thing, was probably in 2012. That was a long time ago. And I went to see Roger Waters perform The Wall, and it was awesome. It was the best concert I've ever been to. I absolutely loved it. I love Roger Waters and Pink Floyd, and yeah, it was awesome. Number five, what was the greatest show you've ever been to? Well, it was that one. Six, what's the worst show you've ever been to? I don't know. Nothing sticks out as being the absolute worst. They were just kind of, again, there's some shows I've been to where the band's like, oh, okay, but none where it was like, oh, this is so terrible. Seven, what's the most musically involved you have ever been? Probably when I was playing piano and I tried to come up with my own songs. That failed. And I also, when I was playing piano, I would sing along to the piano. And I have done that recently with guitar, although I haven't played guitar since I moved out because neighbors. So I guess it was then, which was probably middle school, early high school, when I was still really involved with the piano. Oh, and I also was in a choir for church, a cantata at that time too. So it was kind of all of that together, I guess. Number eight, what show are you looking forward to? Well, if I was going to a show, I would probably be looking forward to it, but I don't have any shows in mind for the future. I would love to see certain musicians in the future. I would love to see Voltaire. I would love to see Opeth or The Cure. I don't know. I always catch them when I'm looking for shows. I always catch them like a few weeks before, and then they're already sold out. Or after it already played in my area, and I'm like, no, why do I always look for these things? It's way too late. But I also don't go to shows very often because a lot of people, like my family and friends, they don't want to go to the same shows that I want to go to, and it's like people that I share this, some of the same musical interests with don't want to go to shows, so I never want to go by myself because that would not be my favorite thing in the world. So yeah, that's why I don't go to many shows anymore. Number 10, what is your favorite band shirt? The one that I just bought is my favorite, and I'll show you. Here it is. Woohoo! Yay! Dark Matter Secret and Perfect World Creation. It's pretty cool. I don't know. It's got a lot going on. I don't have too many band shirts, and the other ones are, they're good. They're some of my favorite bands, but they're not as intricately detailed as that, so I think that one's kind of cool. 11. What musician would you like to hang out with for a day? I don't know. One that I know, I guess. Like a musician that's not famous that I'm friends with. I probably want to hang out with them. So I was one time at this concert, and it was in high school, and I was seeing my favorite band at the time, and then there's this other band there that that I thought was pretty cool, and so I wanted to get an autograph for the CD I bought, and so I went up to who I thought was a band member because they're talking to the band, and they weren't a member of the band, and I asked for an autograph, and I was so mortified because they said they weren't part of the band, and the band members like saw me, and I was dead. I would just, it would be so anxiety infested if I tried to hang out with anybody famous or just anybody that I never talked to before. That no. 12. One musician or group you wish would make a comeback. I mean, there are a lot of them. There are ones that would be nice to make a comeback if, you know, people in them were still around, still alive. And I also think it would be nice if Opeth, I mean, I like their new style in a different way than what their older stuff. I still like the new style, but I prefer the older stuff. And it seems as though Michael has lost kind of his growl vocals, like his really good growl vocals that he used to have before, and now it's just kind of not as good. So I kind of wish that they would have been able to develop more in that direction, and then that I could see them in that stage of their musical development, but obviously that's not how it is. So I don't know if that's what the question would ask, but that would be cool if, you know, I could see Opeth as they were in the past, if that makes sense. Number 13, one band / artist you've never seen live but always wanted to. Well, again, like I was saying, Voltaire, Opeth, The Cure, who else? Like, just, I don't know, any good band I want to see live. Any band that I like, I would love to see live, as long as they don't suck live. Oh, Devin Townsend would be really cool to see live also, because he's amazing live, apparently. He's just incredible. He has an incredible voice. Okay, number 14. Name 4 or more flawless albums. This is difficult. Flawless albums. Okay. I would say Opeth, Still Life, Juju by Susie and the Banshees. It's so hard thinking of flawless albums. I mean, none are really flawless. I guess I could say another one that I really like is Pornography by The Cure. I don't know what I can rank above all the other ones, so I just have 3. I'm sorry. Number 15, how many music-related videos / DVDs do you own? I don't think I own any. It would be pretty cool, though, but, you know, those types of things I would just see, like, online on Netflix or something. Yeah, I don't know. It would be cool to see live DVDs of some artists, but I don't have any. 16, how many concerts / shows have you been to total? Okay, I'm just gonna count ones that I have to, like, pay to go see. So there was Roger Waters, there was Relient K / some other bands, like, I think there was Ludo and House of Heroes, and there might have been another band. I've been to see, oh, what is the name? Derek Webb twice with Sandra something. I forgot her name. I went there with my sister, so that's, what, 4 already? Yeah. I saw Aaron Schuss at a Christian college one time. I saw an assortment of other Christian bands at another point in middle school. That's all I can remember. I can only remember 6. So I'm sure there have been more, I just can't remember them. They were too long ago. Number 17, who have you seen the most live? Well, I guess it's Derek Webb, because I think I saw him twice, so that's the only person that I've seen twice. And I just remembered I also saw him with the lead singer of Sleeping at Last was there. Number 18, what is your favorite movie soundtrack? Okay, that's easy. The Hunchback of Notre Dame by, like, the Disney version is the best Disney soundtrack and the best movie soundtrack that, like, for me personally. Number 19, what was your last musical phase before you wised up? I mean, there was a time when I was really into pop punk music in high school, and I really liked some metalcore too, so I was into, I don't even know. Oh, Reliant K, which I saw. And you know, nowadays I'm kind of like, it's not as great. And I was into kind of like the Christian metalcore stuff, so like As I Lay Dying, and I also liked Anne Boleyn, and I don't know. I liked My Chemical Romance a lot and stuff like that. Which nowadays I'm like, okay, there's a few good things. And then I had a phase where I was obsessed with the Beatles, but I don't think that's a bad thing. That's not what I'm interested in at the moment. But yeah, so I don't think I really wised up about anything. I just changed my taste. There's nothing wrong about the music I was listening to before. And last question, number 20, what's your guilty pleasure that you hate to admit liking? I mean, I don't really hate to admit liking anything. I like what I like. I'm not gonna apologize for it or feel embarrassed. I don't know what I would not, want people to know that I like musically. I'm kind of open about that. I don't know if this would be considered it, but like a few years ago, I watched a lot of The Voice, and I was really interested in those types of shows, and I watched The Last American Idol. It's not like the kind of music I would usually, like most of the things that the singers sang isn't the kind of music I would usually want to listen to in my own spare time. But I like seeing the progress that the singers make through the show, and seeing just how the singers can utilize their voice in different ways in different genres and stuff. I think that's really interesting. So I don't know, I guess a guilty pleasure, quote unquote, would be watching those types of shows. I just think it's really interesting. So yeah, and that was the end of the tag. Sorry I couldn't fully answer some of the questions. It's just kind of difficult for me to pick such a limited, amount of things. But yeah, that was the tag. If you'd like to do the tag, totally do it. Let me know you've done the tag so I can watch it. And yeah, hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!